Hey everybody, Crow back again with another Zaccaria Pinball table. This time we're looking at Zankor from 1986.
Zankor.
Alright, we're going to look at Zankor here, and you may notice that I changed the background. I figured I'd change it up a little bit. I've been using the same floor that everybody commented from The Shining, so I decided to change it up a little bit. I like the stone wall I changed it to, and we're no longer in the forest, but we're on a tropical island. And I might have the volume muted for this, or at least very low, but the thing I noticed is that there's this non-stop music playing for Zankor. So I don't know how accurate that is. You really wouldn't want that, would you? I don't know. Maybe it'll stop sometime soon, but here we go. This is from 1986. Don't know if this had the 3D molded backdrop, but it's certainly, if it is really from 86, it should. But I don't really see that, or the 3D molded backlash. Maybe there's something different. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to look this up. I just had to look it up really quick. And yes, it really is like this in real life. No 3D molded back glass. And I don't know about the music. No comment on the music. But let's see what we can look around here. Should be a little bit more complicated than the last couple tables I've done, since this is a mid-80s table compared to early 80s table from Zaccaria. It looks like we've got kind of an upper play field of sorts. I don't know. There's no flipper, though, up here, so that's unusual. We got a bunch of targets here. It looks like we've got advancing towards multiple specials. We've got an orange special. Hitting that looks like it moves the ramp. Interesting. So, looks like we gotta move a ramp in order to get it up there. And, yeah, there's orange special. Looks like we've got wow, different advancement over here. There should be a red special over here. Oh, there it is, right there. I wonder what advances that. Well, I guess we'll find out. So I'm gonna play this for a while and cut to after I've done that. Alright, I'm back after playing Zankor for almost an hour. I'll be honest, I really don't get a lot of what's going on this table. I'll try to explain it. It will explain what I kind of understand. There's these two ramps here. This one on the inside comes up and over. It looks like moving ramp, so it'll move this ramp on the red special. Also, hitting all 5 of these targets, unlighting them, will also raise this ramp here. And then when ramp is raised, you can hit this target up here, hit that face target, I guess, and you'll get, what's unusual is it seems like you'll get 2 spots on this target, going all the way up to the red special, which I presume will give you a extra ball. I never actually made it that far. There's this orange special, too. By hitting all 3 of these targets, you'll get, if you heard that weird noise, that's my phone. you'll advance the orange special. Now, this is very easy to do accidentally. There's almost no reason to actually aim for these. And in the best game that I had that you'll see, I wasn't even going for it, and I did get the orange special and an extra ball. But at the best possible time, you'll have to wait for the event. Stop texting me. I'm recording stuff here. So yeah, there's that. There's these spot targets up here. When you launch the ball, I think it may or may not hit something over here that may give you some points. I've never quite figured this out. Hitting these rollovers on the way back, I don't know if they give you some bonus points or not. Seems like it might. I do remember reading that if you get all 3 of these red lights, you will score 500,000 points. Really, okay, you gotta talk about this spot over here. Again, we have one of these reverse out lanes where hitting it out will feed to the flipper and hitting it in will result in a drain, except it doesn't always seem to work that way. Sometimes hitting the out lane and the ball doesn't move fast enough will result in a drain. And also, I found that it was, if you hit the in lane, if you don't do anything, yeah, most of the time it will drain, but I found by just nudging at the right time, it seemed like it was saving my ball 90% of the time. So hitting that in lane was almost not a worry as long as you remember to nudge. No such reverse out lanes here. Got some other targets. These green targets I never quite figured out the super score. I wonder if you just got a super... Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if while those lights were green, if just your normal gameplay was... was multiplied. And I just got distracted for a second because I'm seeing a glitch here. Look at those when lit buttons here, both near the outlanes. They're off. They're off so slightly. A little bit of fixing here if you're watching this, guys at Zaccaria. But don't worry, Spawny. You could watch this in Twitch in full for like the next month if you wanted to skip through it. And I'll be making a video for this later, and as well as the other 2 tables that I played today. But yeah, this spinner here, I saved the spinner for last because Mart, regular in the chat, kind of like a liaison for Zaccaria Pinball, of sorts. Said shoot the spinner. You just shoot the spinner, you get wrecked tons of points. I'm not even sure why. Advanced multiplier, light extra canals, and just keep lighting this and keep hitting the spinner. And just like the first time I did that, over 5 million points. I was having trouble getting past 1 million. And the first game I did this, just boom, 5 million points, easy. So that's what you're going to kind of see me doing in the game that I'm going to play this later. It's just going for the spinner. And if you play this table, I recommend it as well. It does have this music that just plays constantly, which I'm sure I'm kind of muting or have really down low. That's really... And also the sound effects. I'm just going to bring it right off the bat. The sound effects seem totally kind of out of place. I guess I'll talk about this a little bit more during the voiceover when we're going to look over different lighting variations on this table. I guess I'll talk about it then. And then right after that, we'll see my best game. And we're going to cut to that. Can anyone understand what the machine just said? I listened to this over and over again as they started a new game, and the only word I can make out was Zankor. And that's not even a real word, so I can't make... And it doesn't really help the fact that the music from the machine cuts off whatever he was saying. And that's kind of a theme with this table. As you're playing, you'll hear music and then another sound effect will take over that sound effect, and they don't even seem to match tonally. And I realize I talked about a lot about the sound effects, and I'm not even really talking about what you're seeing on screen, but really quickly, the first thing you saw was the morning mode. The second thing you saw was the afternoon mode, and right now you're looking at the midnight mode. The morning mode is the default. The afternoon mode usually has a bit of shadows across the playfield, and I normally don't like the afternoon mode. The midnight mode is what I normally play in, and right now we're looking at the stormy mode with the flashes of lightning. And one thing I noticed looking at this footage is that the flashes of lightning seem to be coming from the right side. And usually they're coming from the left side, so that's weird how it's backwards for that table. Not that it makes that big of a difference. I wonder if it's backwards on the other tables. I just didn't notice it. But right now we're looking at the midnight mode again, but with white lights, and there's not a whole lot of lighting on this table, so you don't really notice it, and it becomes more apparent when we switch over. Right now with the colorful lightings, you don't see that many colors. You see a little bit of green at the bottom, maybe a little bit red at top, but there's not a whole lot of lights on this table. And when we get darker, it just gets really dark. And here we have a really worn table. You barely see any lights at all, just because it seems like there's barely any lights to begin with. And then we're going to look at the next thing will be the worn table, but in the stormy mode again. And it's really cool. It's very dark. But again, I just have to talk about how terrible the sound effects are in this game. They overlap each other. They tonally don't sound all right together. They just feel like it's from different machines from different eras, and just listen to it when you see the game you're about to see, the best game I had during the live stream. Here you go. Okay, I got 20,000 points, but why? I don't think it had anything to do with the, it might have something to do with some target that I can't see. There we go. I don't know if you heard my phone go off or not. I'm gonna have to check that after I lose this ball. Oh shoot, it didn't bounce over. might have to be going to Las Palmas for dinner. Not soon, I think, but... Oh, wait, that ramp went up now. I just noticed, hitting that one ramp makes the other ramp go up. And that's... Okay, so then that lights that. Unless there's something I'm missing. Come on. I still haven't found the spot to hit the second ramp. It seems to be hit or miss for me. Man. There it is. Okay, so that did make the ramp go up. The ramp that we missed. There it is. Whoa. Wasn't sure where that was gonna go, but got lucky twice there. There it is. Multiplier times 20. Woo! Don't really know what the green lights mean here. Whoa! Whoa! That was a disaster and a half. I don't know what's going on. I think I totally broke this machine. I think I broke physics. Okay, got it up there again. Oof. I feel like this ball's been in play too long almost. Okay, got the red special lit over there. Alright. This is my best game. Easily. That's some bonus there. That is a crazy bonus. And game time bonus, 47 seconds. Can we get in the top 10? Well. Well. I guess it doesn't matter. They drained the ball so horribly. You know, if I hit that target, I think I get the special. I have like 15 seconds to hit it, though. It might be an extra ball. Shoot, can I even get the ball back in 10 seconds? Oh, I don't think we're going to get it. Got it! Extra ball! I saved it with 0.3 seconds left! Ah! Oh, man! That's crazy! That is nuts! Save the ball, too. Oh, man. Okay. I can't do anything. 0.3 seconds left. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's crazy. 10 million points. Let's just double check. I think I'm spot number 8 on this leaderboard. Yes. I would need another 1.2. Look at score number 1 here. 28 million. So that was the last game I'd played in a 4-hour stream, and I couldn't have thought of a better way to end the stream than to have gotten an extra ball during the game time bonus with only a third of a second to spare it. I mean, it was just crazy. That kind of situation has come up before where if you get an extra ball, you can keep the bonus ball without the timer and just continue on the next ball with the remaining time. But it just so rarely happens, and to do it with such a little time left when you don't think you're gonna do it, it just it was just the perfect way to end that stream, and also the perfect way to end this video. Zankor itself I don't think is a bad table if you could get beyond the annoying sound effects and music that play. I mean, really, this table came out in 1986, and I think they could have done a much better job with the music. Just have less music and it would have been better. But I would still recommend it, and if you have to play it muted, then play it muted. I myself have a tendency to get used to sound effects like that can be fairly annoying. I just kind of tune it out, I guess. But enough about that. Let's just end this video. If you made it this far and you haven't done so already, like the video if you've liked the video. And if you're not yet subscribed and you like the video, why don't you also subscribe too? Because I've got plenty of videos on this channel from Zaccaria Pinball, Pinball FX3, and Pinball Arcade, with many more videos to come. So with that all said, see you next time.